Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We have tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty, rude people, it looks like we are live at 5, rocking and rolling. For anybody who's watching this on YouTube a week later, it is Wednesday, the 31st of March 2021. The time is 5:05 in the afternoon, GMT. Check it out. We are rocking and rolling live to all our millions of listeners. Millions of listeners that are still to come is what I need to say on that one. Disclaimer. Right, let's get into this quickly. We've got Preve that's not really registering a price at the moment, but never mind. Nice little bit of a healthy price movement earlier on today. Now, I'm just going to start off with this. President Lincoln. President Lincoln. Greenback Dollar. There we go. Let's see what we've got on this. Oh, there it is. I don't believe it. They've actually got an image of it. How fantastic is that? Look at this. Wow. I have not actually seen this before. There it is. That is it. That's the greenback dollar that he wanted to introduce. Let's see what it says here. So it's SAR. We can enlarge this as well. Ooh. Quality image here coming up in front of us. So that says Act of July 11th. Is that 80? Is that 1862? Yeah, 1862. Oh, yeah, it must be 1862. United States, $1. Washington, what's that? August. Is that August 3 something? 1862. And then down here it says this note is a legal tender for all debts, public and private, except duties of imports and interest on the public debt, and is receivable in payment of all loans made to the United States. There it is. That's the greenback dollar. So this is the story behind this is that this greenback dollar was the dollar that Abraham Lincoln wanted the government of the United States to introduce and to use to take it out of the hands of central banks. And we all know what happened to President Lincoln. So I don't really think it's I mean, there are lots of different stories about what happened, but, you know, if you ask me, there's just too much of a coincidence. There's too much money on the line for him to just, you know, for a group of people that have got the power to then suddenly let a president say, actually, do you know what? Sorry, boys, yeah, we're going to take the money back. They're going to be like, no, you don't, mate. See you later. You know, they're going to concoct a whole load of BS stories around it. But, I mean, let's have a look at some of the images. We've got Abraham Lincoln. Assassination. Excuse my spelling there. Here we go. Images. They've been these. There we go. That's kind of like one of the most famous ones. Look at this. So apparently he was laughing at the performance on stage when this guy, I can't remember his name. John Wilkes Booth. That's the one. Here we go. I'll enlarge this image. See what it comes up. There we go. That is what happened to Abraham Lincoln when he tried to introduce the Greenback Dollar. Oh dear. So let this be a warning to one and all. If you try and mess with the central bankers, you know, obviously it's a like a tad concerning, really. But well, I can't believe actually I've never seen that image before. Not in so much detail. Anyway, the internet is amazing for this kind of thing. But you know, you've got to ask yourself, like, how on earth did Abraham Lincoln's personal bodyguard, you know, and a private security fail in this to literally let an assassin, you know, literally go up behind him with a loaded gun and shoot him in the back of the head? Like, how on earth is that possible? You know, utterly incompetent. If you at best, you know. I mean, look at this one. There we go. Right up behind him. All got a coloured cartoon here. Let's see if we can find one. Seriously, going to reject all of those. Manage setting. That'd be reject all. That's easy to do. There we go. Is there an image of this thing? What? So more histories. Oh, so it looks like that thumbnail isn't related to it. But yeah, that's why he got assassinated. Or again, you know, speculation, of course, but too much of a coincidence if you ask me. For that not to have been the case. There we go, and this is kind of like how it went down. This guy, John Wilkes Booth. Cookie policy. Seriously. So anyway, this guy, John Wilkes Booth, leapt 11 feet off the balcony and snapped his fibula, and then ran out of the entrance. And it happened so quickly that people didn't really have time to react, and they caught up with him 11 days later. Is what happened to him. So that's like 150 years ago. And again, all to do with money. So I'll tell you what, we'll just type in central banks. Here we go. Central banks. See what images they've got, so we can bring one up of the Fed. And I think one of the first central banks was the Bank of England. Back in the day, whenever that was, we'll bring that one up. Right. So the issue with central banks is that when you want money for something, you go to a bank. That bank then prints something on paper of which they have just made up out of thin air, and then you go and buy something with it. Now, that means that if you default on that loan, the bank can then repossess that item that it made up the money for you to buy. Now, what's dangerous about this is that you have a central bank and those, that very small group of people who own the central bank, who can make money out of nowhere, then pretty much have a legal claim to own everything that you default on. And so check this out. The more money that's printed, the more inflation there is in the economy. The more inflation there is in the economy, the more costs rise. The more costs rise, the less profitable businesses become, and they have to keep treading water. So inflation pushes businesses out of business. And then guess who will own the business when they can't repay the money that the central bank has made up out of thin air? The bank. So the bank not only has an interest in printing as much money as it can in order to increase inflation to get hyperinflation so that the economy crashes, so that businesses go bust, so then they can repossess all the businesses. The central banks will end up owning everything. It is an absolutely insane situation in which we find ourselves, because fiat currency has literally no money whatsoever. And we'll just bring up this famous quote here from Voltaire, because it's always worth reminding ourselves that the fact that this was well known back in the day. Here we go, Voltaire. Paper money eventually returns to its intrinsic value, zero. So that means the medium of exchange that you are using to conduct business is going down and down and down and down in value, which means it's worthless, which means you won't be able to conduct business, which just means the central bank will take it over. And then the central bank will just simply say to they just simply say, look, we have a legal right to own this now. They will own everything. It's absolutely insane. It's absolute insanity. This is why it is so important to have a commodity money that no one controls. Literally no one controls. And as I've said before, it's all in the process of how a commodity is created. This is what took Satoshi Nakamoto, aka Craig Wright, 11 years to solve. So he was probably thinking, like a decade, and just for extra measure, he actually left it pretty much almost 11 years. So it was actually 10 years, 362 days, probably more precisely, something like that. So it's the network that makes Bitcoin a commodity. But then after that, you have to have the 5 pillars of decentralization, which we'll just remind ourselves quickly what they are in my Medium articles here. There you go, Medium. I think I might change this to 5 pillars of decentralization because I've got it as its protocol like set in stone at the moment. There we go. That's the one we want. Check it out. Bring this up. Lovely image there. Here we go. Look at that. The 5 pillars of decentralization along with the 3 pillars of network value. Accountability. Satoshi designed Bitcoin with a chain of signatures. So again, this is why Roger Ver and his crony mates are tampering with the signatures and Blockstream are tampering with the signatures, because they know that takes accountability out of the equation, which means they can then do what they want because they control it. They are accountable to no one. So this way, no one could do anything on the network that nobody else would know about. This is what makes all users equal to one another. A locked protocol, if it cannot be changed, then no one can control it. Infinite scale, this means there is always a new market to compete for. And then competition proof of work, this is essential for a decentralized network. If there is no competition, there is simply collusion for self-interest and not for that of the network and its users. Without infinite scalability, new market cannot be created, and the only alternative is to take market share away from competitors, which leads to centralization. And finally, 5, a fixed supply simply means no one can control it, just like a locked protocol. And there you have it. That's decentralization. So yeah, it's hugely important. I can't stress enough how important Bitcoin is. But people would say, well, it's digital. So what's digital data got that's valuable? Well, It's the fact that it's used to now upload immutable data onto the blockchain that can only be done with Bitcoin. So effectively, it's monetary and data sovereignty. It is by far the most, just the most valuable commodity ever known to man. Literally, it's almost like having sovereignty over paper back in the day. You say, look, we've got a paper here that can no longer be cracked, hacked, altered, or changed. We'll use that instead. But obviously, paper can always be burnt because it's tangible, whereas the digital data itself is secured by the network, which has multiple entities, miners, sustaining the network with competition between them, which means they cannot collude with one another. It's just a phenomenal system. So it's an economic model, as Craig has said numerous times. But yeah, always worth reminding ourselves on this. So it wasn't just it was President Lincoln that was just like, right, we're going to take the ability for you to create money away from you, and the government will then be able to do it themselves. And that single group of people were just like, no, sorry, mate, not even that. See you later. And then, as we know now, they would love to print money and put it in their own pockets. Ideally, that's what they'd love to do. But they can't do that. So what they do is they have to find a system effectively to be able to wash it through. So now we know that that's why they use the military. You will always hear presidents saying, God bless America and our troops, because they want people to support the troops, because they can then keep pumping money into it. Because what they do is they own all the companies and service providers that service the military. So they print the money, give the money to the military, and then effectively the military gives it back to them, which is what they want. That's how it's done. The only issue is that when they keep pumping money into the military, eventually weapons and everything else gets stockpiled if it's not used, and then they can't justify giving the military any more money, which is why they have to start a war. And it was President Kennedy, funnily enough, that actually said we want disarmament. So effectively disarming, particularly nuclear weapons, and disarming the military that way, which obviously they'd spent loads of money researching on, just printing money hand over fist. And we all know what happened to Kennedy as well. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. President Kennedy. I just put JFK. JFK. Here we go. President of the movie. I'll put assassination. Assassination live. Ooh, bit hard. It's just assassination will do. Thanks. Assassination. There we go. Search for images of that. What comes up? I think that's there. Yeah, the grassy knoll. Look at this. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, and this is we covered this the other day. Like the Zapruder film showed the back of his head being blown out 4 feet in the air with a mist of red blood, which is what they didn't want people to see, because if that was the case, then it would prove that he wasn't shot from the back. And the whole story around what's his name? The guy that assassin. Lee Harvey Oswald got there just in time. There we go. Look at that. So I wonder if they've still got this here in Wikipedia. Look, they've still got it. Look, perpetrator Lee Harvey Oswald. That's outrageous. That's wrong. That's not correct. Unbelievable that the Wikipedia have still got that. Oh my god. That really needs to be changed. That has been proven to be changed. The Zapruder film, basically proves that, which is why they've tried to hide it, and nobody is allowed to see it, because when they edited it and they made a complete gaffe of it, they were like, nobody's gonna believe that. Look at that! What a photo that is! And what they don't show, what the movie, the Zapruder movie tries to prevent people from seeing is the fact that the car with the driver in it, the car almost came to a standstill, of which it was never meant to do, and the security detail was told to back off. So he got a bullet through the neck, and then he got another bullet from the front that went through his face and out the back of his head. You know, and so with Lee Harvey Oswald's story apparently like being able to shoot him from the back, I remember the coroner. The only conclusion the coroner said he could come to was the fact that the bullet must have done a U-turn in his brain. And I remember thinking, that just doesn't make sense. A bullet doing a U-turn. When have you ever heard of a bullet doing a U-turn? Like, seriously. You know, it's literally like, you know, these Twin Towers coming down. When have you ever heard of a grade A steel building coming down? Like, literally. That hasn't been a planned demolition. Like, it doesn't. The only time in history grade A steel buildings have collapsed 3 in one day is on 9/11. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. And again, like, you know, he wanted to, like I said, disarm the military, you know, which is their bread and butter. So there we go, trying to take their bread and butter away from them and the printing press. Another one got rid of. And then there was his brother as well, whose plane mysteriously went down, and then the Coast Guard, whose job it is to search for the plane, was told to stand down by a higher power in the military, who then sent out search planes in the wrong area. It's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. It's nuts when you think about it. Like, literally, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So that's, yeah, you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Is all we can say on that one, as everybody knows. But I was just laughing at this a second ago. Check this out. Again, we know that CoinDesk is owned by Shitcoin, by Barry Shitcoin Silbert. And they said here, bull flag. Again, bull flag. Oh, God, what's it? Ascending triangles, flying carpet, crystal balls, tea leaves, all this crap. And it's just simply Tether pumping it. And they were like, so bull flag calls for 70k core coin, draws skepticism from rival analysts. It's just literally, they have no fundamental understanding of this thing, because they just think that money is printed. That is fiat currency. Fiat currency that has no intrinsic value, made up from thin air, like cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are, the concept of cryptocurrencies is a complete scam. But shitcoiners with shit for brains literally don't have any, you know, well, they just don't have the intellectual capacity to deal with it. So they've said there's a debate raging among Bitcoin technical analysts over whether the bull flag chart pattern even has a flagpole. Who gives a monkeys? Like, honestly. Costa Cat says, are you talking about BSV or JFK? Well, I'm actually talking about the need for Bitcoin. Bitcoin being a commodity. And why it's so dangerous to have a single central source of power in control of money supply. Because look what happened to JFK and President Lincoln, who basically tried to take the food off the table of these people who control the fiat currency supply. It's dangerous shit, because people keep getting bumped off mysteriously, and then a whole load of stories surround it that just don't make sense. You know, is what I'm saying. I hope that's kind of like clear to anyone and everybody that's got just the tiniest amount of common sense, really. What's this? Bitcoin has best start to year since 2013. Gold is disappointing. Oh dear, Just do one. Oh, something to report on. I mean, usually I would probably leave this for a bit of comedy news tomorrow, but I couldn't resist it. This is brilliant. Check this out. This guy here, Kyle Garnick, it says here, Elon Musk, I thought I'd be hip and pay for my Model Y deposit in a BTC, but my crypto app took longer than Tesla's half-hour window to send. Now the BTC seems lost and no one is able to help. Not good for mass adoption. I mean, he seems genuine here. He's like, Elon, please. You know, I mean, I wonder if he's actually a genuine. No, he wouldn't, because there's no way he would risk sending his deposit amount for his Tesla Model Y and risk losing it. What a joke! So I honestly think that's genuine, which is absolutely hilarious. Oh dear. So let's get on to some serious topic. Well, not that assassinations and stuff isn't a serious topic, but CoinGeek has reported here. They said Argo blockchain launches new clean energy mining pool. Clean energy. All right, let's see what this is all about. London Stock Exchange listed block reward mining operator Argo Blockchain PLC. Oh, so that's the British-based one, huh? Has announced it is partnering with Canadian-based DMG. Sounds like DMC. It's that DeLorean Motor Company, but G. Blockchain Solutions to launch Terra Pool, an alleged environmentally friendly BTC mining pool powered by sustainable clean energy. Under the terms of the deal, the pool will initially comprise hash rates generated mostly by both companies, hydroelectric resources as part of a green BTC initiative. Oh, BTC, if only they knew BTC is so dirty and corrupt. This initiative promotes speeding up the shift from conventional power to clean energy while reducing digital currency mining's impact on the environment. In a statement, Argo CEO Peter Wall said addressing climate change... Oh, they're going on about this climate change again. They don't understand how clean a Bitcoin is actually going to make the environment in comparison to the amount of energy that all these banks waste on their in storing their data in multiple locations and on multiple servers and everything else. It's unbelievable. In a statement, Argo CEO Peter Wall said addressing climate change is a priority for Argo and partnering with DMG to create the first green blockchain Bitcoin mining pool is an important step towards protecting our planet now and for generations to come. So with it being a public limited company, they just have to simply promote the fact that they're trying to be environmentally friendly, so their shareholders like it. Sending out good vibes means more people might buy into them and their share price might have number go up. That's what it's all about, really. DMG CEO Dan Rietzek added, "We believe this is an opportunity for continued growth as we develop a better understanding of climate-friendly operations while simultaneously integrating the newest and most innovative blockchain technologies. BTC reward mining, customarily, has been a power-intensive endeavor that deters many traditional companies from moving into the sector. The grievance most critics incorrectly point to as being the root of the problem is the proof of work consensus mechanism." Again, they're trying to get rid of this proof of work. You know, it's a massive conspiracy. Their proof of work is the only thing that actually makes the entire system decentralized. Without proof of work, you have nothing. You know, you have collusion and a centralized group of people controlling the money supply again. Consensus mechanism that powers most public blockchains instead of the more problematic and inefficient small block size. Green energy is not always the cheapest form of energy. Block reward miners routinely seek the cheapest energy rates possible, leading to an over-reliance on environmentally damaging nuclear and fossil fuel power plants instead of renewable energy sources. I would say like hydroelectric surely has got to be one of the cleanest energies, I would say. Surely. The Bitcoin vision created by Satoshi Nakamoto has the potential to be the greatest eco-friendly technology ever developed. Yes, indeed. Bitcoin SV is a technology that is an incredible tool for reducing the negative environmental footprint technology has on the world. Transaction processors are using enough energy to get their clients' transactions added to blocks based on SLAs, service level agreements, and won't be concerned with chasing block rewards, which is what the hash miners are doing. Bitcoin, as in BSV, is the only green public blockchain with massive scaling and data management powers capable of globally enabling energy efficiency in all industries. Absolutely, yeah. Only we here in the genuine Bitcoin would understand any of that. Shitcoiners literally would not have a clue. Literally wouldn't have a clue. So we went over this one yesterday about who's next. The SEC accuses library of offering unregistered securities. Yeah, they got done. There was Kick, and then there was another one as well. Yeah, and all this kind of stuff. Now they're saying PayPal launches checkout with crypto. I mean, oh my God, checkout with crypto. Basically, the shitcoiners don't understand that what this means is they're dumping their crypto for dirty dollar. They're not actually using it, but they're not going to tell them that because that's what they don't want them to know. PayPal launches checkout with crypto. PayPal now allows customers to pay in digital currency at the 29 million merchants that accept PayPal payments through its new service checkout with crypto. And again, somebody else was going on about this the other day, saying, "Oh, this is massive. You know, the price should be shooting up because of this. I don't understand why it's not. You know, the market is irrational." And again, he has no idea that it's all Tether. He honestly thinks, he's so deluded. He honestly thinks that that BTC has got to where it is with people buying in. Like, literally, it's just Tether messing with the 24-hour trade volume. It's outrageous. I'm just going to check the price here because I went in earlier today. You know, is my luck in? Have we had a little bit of number gone up? Actually, I should be looking at this in pounds. Really, I went in at I got 148. What are we now? 214. 214. What's this in GBP? Let's have a look. Hey, 155. Sweet. I went in at I got 148. So anything below 150 quid for me is pretty great. I went in with everything. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Did I get it on the low? I might have. Is that the lowest price of today? Low 148. Oh, that doesn't happen very often. I can tell you that much. I saw it had gone down. I thought, yeah, sod it. I'll just do it. I got 148. Oh, you beauty. Huh. Right. Best go on peer games, see if my luck's in. So, yeah, I mean, it's 148. I mean, it's low for... Well, it's low for the day, actually. I mean, it's not low on the week. I mean, look at that. Could have picked that up at 136. Let's see what that is in a USD for our friends across the pond. So that would have been $187. I mean, anything under $200 is an absolute steal. So yeah, look at 204. So it wasn't under $200, but anything under 150 quid, you know, is a steal. If you ask me, to be honest, that's what I think. Yes, so PayPal now allows customers to pay in digital currency at the 29 million merchants that accept PayPal payments through its new service, Checkout with Crypto. Is that what they've actually called it? Checkout with Crypto. Again, like, you know, the concept of crypto is a complete scam, you know. PayPal was one of the first legacy institutions to integrate digital currency support by letting its users buy, sell, and hold digital currency on their platform. But now PayPal is looking to expand the utility of the digital currency their users hold by allowing them to use it for payments at merchants. Well, let's see what this crap is all about. As the use of digital payments and digital currencies accelerates, the introduction of Checkout with Crypto continues our focus on driving mainstream adoption of cryptocurrencies, absolute shitcoins, while continuing to offer PayPal customers choice and flexibility in the way they can use their PayPal wallet, said Dan Schulman, President and CEO of PayPal. Enabling cryptocurrencies to make purchases at businesses around the world is the next chapter in driving the ubiquity and the mass acceptance of digital currencies. Shitcoins, basically. How it works, here we go. This is what we really want to know. If the consumer has enough digital currency in their PayPal digital currency wallet to complete their purchase, they will be presented with the option to pay in digital currency. If the consumer selects the digital currency payment option, then PayPal automatically converts their digital currency to fiat and completes the transaction. At no time does the merchant receive digital currency for their goods and services they sell. What an absolute load of shit that service is. So effectively, they are going to be liable for any capital gains that have been made on that purchase with their crypto when they dump it. But these shitcoiners are so dumb, like they won't understand this. They'll be thinking that they're paying in crypto. They're not. They're dumping their BTC. And they're thinking, oh, great, yeah. You know, we're paying in Bitcoin. No, you're not. You're paying with fiat. You are dumping that crypto, to which you will owe a capital gains tax on, and then and PayPal will be making a handsome commission on that, because these shitcoiners with shit for brains, will just simply, they won't understand it. They'll just simply be doing it. So again, PayPal just cashing in as shitcoiners' ignorance is what's happening here. What's this? PayPal does not charge a transaction fee for the checkout with crypto. Instead, a digital currency conversion spread is built into the conversion from crypto to USD. At the moment, PayPal lets consumers pay with BTC, LTC, ETH, and BCH. I would not want genuine Bitcoin on there. I'd be furious if they did that. In fact, I would be telling everybody, don't ever use PayPal. Don't ever use PayPal. Use Handcash is the best one. Handcash to Handcash is the most private transaction in Bitcoin currently at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how many PayPal users actually use the checkout with the crypto option. Most digital currency owners are hesitant to pay for goods and services with their digital assets because nobody wants to be the next Bitcoin pizza guy. I mean, this is what's so funny about it. You know, they're hodling it. They're not using it. I don't really have much fear. What's the point? It's losing 15% a year guaranteed, probably more. I'm probably 99% in BSV. You know, obviously, I mean, I still keep fiat on hand to, you know, go to the shops and everything else, pay my bills and stuff like that, what I need. But in terms of savings, everything is in Bitcoin. Everything, the commodity. Because I understand its fundamental utility. So therefore, I don't really have a problem with it because I'm not shitcoining. I'm not gambling. I understand this thing fundamentally. It will be interesting to see how many PayPal users actually Bitcoin pizza guy. The individual who paid 10,000 BTC for 2 large pizzas back in 2011. Today, that 10,000 BTC is worth $500 million. Yeah, but I'm sure Laszlo Hanyek has got way more, BTC than that if you're just going to spend 10,000 on pizza. PayPal is not the only major company to enable digital currency payments for goods and services. Recently, Elon Musk Tesla announced that they would let consumers buy their cars in BTC, and we know how that went. We know how that's gone, shall we say. In fact, we'll have that as an image here because I saved it earlier. Here we go. Let's bring this up. We'll have this one in all its glory while we're doing Ding a Dong. So please put your handles and paymails in the chat box. Let's do this. Just going to bring this up. And I'll find it. Boom. There we go. Oh yeah. Let's see what this looks like. Hey, there we go. Looking good. Looking good. Shout out to everybody in the chat box. Aaron Goodsfield, Richie Leach, Keith Fellows in there. Connor G, Costa Cats, KP Dad, nice one. Is Elon Musk on CoinGeek tomorrow, an April Fool's or real guest? I think you can probably guess. Bit of a coincidence with it being April Fool's Day tomorrow, and all that. It is funny. Because I was thinking, it's that's tomorrow. I was thinking initially when I read it, I was like, is that later on today? And then I actually looked at YouTube. In fact, we'll check it out because it is April Fools, But great April Fools. It's still going to get shitcoiners worked up, just for lulz. Here we go. Let's go to CoinGeek. I wonder if I know because it's only meant to last between. Up until 12 p.m. So should it be UTC? But the rest of the world needs to have a laugh, don't they? Look at this. There we go. So again, I don't know what it's 7 o'clock my time. Is obviously GMT, but Kurt's over in the US, so it will be earlier on in the day for him. But yeah, April 1st, CoinGeek Weekly live stream with Elon Musk. Oh dear. Yeah, funny. It is funny. Right then, peeps. Handles and paymails in the chat box. Let's do this. Nice little show today. 40 minutes. Here we go. Opening up my hand cash. Sending money. Richie Rich. There we go. Got it. Beauty. Swiping to send. Turning the volume up. Got it. There we go. Aaron Goodfill. Let's try that one. AH. Got it. That is registered. Swiping to send. On the way. Costa Cats. Need your one in there. Connor G. Coming your way. Here we go. CON Connor G. Swiping to send. On the way. Keith Fellows. That's big blocks and money button. Here we go. Seriously, you need a hand cash. I'll do this once because I've got to type out money button. It takes ages. Big blocks with an X. Like big bollocks almost. Here we go. Big blocks at moneybutton.com. Hey, that's registered. Swiping to send on the way. There we go. KP Dad, this one is for you. KP Dad, there we go. Swiping to send on the way. Costa Cats, I think I need yours in there. It's the only one I haven't got. What's that? Elon better not be an April Fool's. Yeah, I think you'll find it is, mate. Yeah, no way he's coming. No way he's coming on the show yet. Just like getting Michael Saylor on there. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the show. Remember to go back and watch my chart show. Got some working on my thumbnails for those shows and the comedy news that was earlier on. So remember, again, same time tomorrow. Catch you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.